Dear subscribers, we apologize for the grainy pictures you may have experienced for our last episode. We are striving to improve and work harder at delivering great content and viewing. And we promise to continue to do so. Enjoy the show.
4, 4, 2, dudes. Oh, start yeah? Okay, 4. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of 442. And my name is Ben.
I'm John.
We are the 442 dudes. Today I sing a little bit, a bit high. Anyway, I don't know. A bit high. We're happy, we're high because we're happy. We're on the 4th episode already. So, John, can you believe it? 4 episodes in. All right.
You were high from the last episode singing, huh?
No, actually not really lah. Never mind lah. I don't know who is that. Today I'm happier though. I don't have to. Yeah, I don't have to sing the song. Don't know what song is that. Worse than a nursery rhyme. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for subscribing. Don't forget to subscribe. Okay, don't forget to subscribe, especially on YouTube. That's something that we've been going around. And for those of you who John just took your phone and say follow, subscribe, we hope you've been liking that. Make sure you watch this.
That's right, as Ben said, this is our 4th episode, and for this episode we'll be focusing on some of the Easter weekend games that we'll be talking a little bit later on. But as usual, we are going to kickstart the episode with our first segment called 90 Minutes Off. Stay tuned. Make sure you continue, no? Don't watch lah. Subscribe, No, what?
Because they're telling us behind to subscribe. So subscribe. Yeah, subscribe on the Instagram.
Yeah, you can follow the scroll bar.
YouTube. And brought to you by CCB TV.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to 90 Minutes Off, where we will give you some analysis of some of the matches that took place over the weekend. Now, if you followed our last episode, we actually told you guys to focus on Man City, Liverpool, Bayern Munich versus Dortmund, and many other matches. But so today we just want to talk a bit about those matches, starting with... I'm looking at him because he's been going on and on about Tuchel.
I have.
Here is your chance to go and talk all you want about Tuchel.
It is going to be my chance. Yes. I think for those of you who've been following, Tuchel has been made the manager of Bayern Munich, and I've said that he will be a good fit lah. So in the first match, versus his own club, it's a good victory.
His own club?
His former old club. Old. I think I pronounced it too fast. Old club.
Oh, not old.
It was a thrashing, and I think we rightfully said that. He knew his old club. But then in the second game wasn't that great. They kind of crashed out of what they call, I believe, again, pronunciation is not my best forte, but I believe it's DFB Pokal. I just want to be careful that Pokal. So,
that's the name of the cup, right?
Yeah, that's the name of the cup. So they kind of crashed out, unfortunately, due to a penalty on the 95th minute. And already comments are flooding in saying Tuchel out. Saying
no way.
No, I'm not even kidding. And they're saying that it was a big mistake to get rid of Julian, and that Tuchel is just bringing this odd mentality to the team. Some are saying that he's not as participative because during the win, for instance against Borussia Dortmund, he wasn't celebrating with the players, and some people took offense with that because it's your team that won. Why didn't you kind of celebrate with them? I have my little take on it. I think he actually explained it during the post-match press conference. He was saying that it is the players' field. They played the game. It's their right to celebrate. He was just the manager. He's managing the tactics and all, but it was the players' decision to follow whatever was being told. And he doesn't feel that he needs to be in the celebration.
So sorry to cut it off there. So you're saying that the players were basically playing according to what Nagelsmann instructed them. So Tuchel didn't really give his inputs on that. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, no. What I was saying that he couldn't be asked to follow in the celebration. But now that you mentioned this, and you're also quite right, because some reports are saying that Tuchel is not changing much of the tactics because he feel that it's his first game and he only arrived for training just 1 or 2 days early. So he didn't see a need to sort of change what Julian has put in the team. So he just continued. The only thing that he did was the whole back of the defense lah. So if you look at it, what Julian likes to do is that he likes to crowd them from the back. So he plays this little diamond in front, I believe. So I can't remember the player's name, but whatever it is, he plays this little tree and a 1. So, the 3 of them up front and then a little midfielder there. But that exposes people at the back. So Tuchel just did a little tweak from what I remember after looking through the thing. And that got him through. And then moving to the Freiburg one where they lost. To me, I don't think it's about the number of matches he's only been put in charge, which is 2. To me now, what I just want to focus is, I think we talked about this in 2 of our episodes. The whole idea of being behind someone. I think we mentioned a couple of names like Pep. We mentioned Mikel Arteta and all that. We talk about how you need that support. Whether it's from the board, the players, the fans. Yeah, if you remember that. So for here is that he just in charge 2 game lah. Give that guy a chance. I'm a big fan. Not that I'm biased. I'm a big fan of him. So that's just my take. So for Tuchel, people, and one of the headlines I see from goal.com, disaster for Thomas Tuchel. Like that disaster, huh? I mean...
Well, they lost.
Yeah, lost lah, but it's not disaster in my opinion. They can't win the treble, but, if they can win 2 titles, that's not a disaster lah.
Okay, to be very fair, I think they were unlucky against Freiburg. Let's just put it this way.
It was a 95th penalty. So.
But it was a correct call, in my opinion.
It was. Yeah. And now moving to you, which match particularly caught your eye?
I'm just going to focus on the Man City Liverpool game because of the importance of the game itself.
That you lost.
Yes, Liverpool lost 4-1. Yes, I know that. You don't have to remind me, right? But the reason why I want to talk about this game is because this game holds a lot of significance.
Right.
For one, it will definitely significantly impact the title race.
Yeah.
In terms of City's case,
in their favour,
yes, and in Liverpool's case, it is their fight for Champions League.
Yeah,
right. So that's why this game holds a lot of importance.
Okay.
So as you guys know, Liverpool lost 4-1 despite taking the lead. Yeah. It was a very good goal by Salah.
Good goal, but lost.
Yeah. So first of all, I just really want to congratulate City. I think they deserve the win.
Oh, they do.
They really deserve the win.
4 goals.
But one thing I noticed from this game is that I'm not sure whether he has done it in the past, but it was only at this game that I noticed it in terms of the formation. He actually started with somewhat of a 3-2-4-1 formation. Pep. Okay, Pep. So he played in three central defenders.
Okay.
So he had 2 DMs, Rodri and Stones.
Yeah.
So Stones was interestingly played in DM.
Okay.
Right, and 4-1 obviously the usual attacker. So essentially he's playing. It's like splitting the field into 5-5.
Yeah.
5 defensive.
Yeah.
5 attacking. So it kind of balances out.
And it gives Alvarez some space lah.
So he kind of balanced out the whole team, right?
Okay.
So I thought that was quite interesting and I think it worked well for them for this particular game. Because if in any case, Stones could always drop back into a back 4, a standard back 4, right? If not, then you just push up a little bit more to provide more support, from the front, defending much further up front.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, I think Liverpool kind of just self-destructed lah.
Like lost the desire lah.
It's not saying lost the desire. I mean, if I were to just really pinpoint an issue, I think overall it's more of a defensive error in the whole game. All the 4 goals that they considered were all a result of a positional error from the defensive point of view. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to quickly go through all the 4 because
let's hear them.
I've watched the highlights. I replayed it over and over again. I just can't just comprehend why they're doing it. And for City's very first goal, in my opinion, Robbo was the one that caused all. It was a domino effect, right? So he didn't have to challenge KDB because he challenged KDB, right? He left Mahrez free on the right. Van Dijk has to cover. Konate has to cover Van Dijk. Trent has to move inwards. So usually in defense, when one person goes up to defend, right, or at least go and press, the other 3 moves accordingly. That's usually how the defense works in the back 4. Correct? Imagine they're all tied the string together. So if one goes up, the rest automatically goes forward. Yeah. So that was what Robbo did. So he went up to press the KDB, which he didn't have to. KDB exploited it, did a first time pass over to Mahrez. Mahrez went through. And because of that action that Robbo did, everybody got caught out of position. Right? So when the whole defense moved over, Trent's side is left empty. Yeah. Correct? So when that happens, one of the midfielders is supposed to go there and cover if there is a need to.
Like a track back thing.
Correct. Yeah. Unfortunately, City were too fast.
Oh, yeah.
They broke very quickly. Mahrez ran inwards, ran inside, passed to Gundogan quickly found Grealish free. It's instinctive, It's instinctive.
Yeah, it was.
He just went,
It was.
Yeah, and then true enough, then Grealish found Alvarez in. So that for me just really basically is Robbo's fault. Yeah,
Okay.
and the same for the second, third and fourth goal. It was basically about the midfielders failing or being too slow to cover defenders, resulting in the goals lah.
Yeah.
Right, and especially for the third and fourth goal, I think a lot has been said about TAA's defensive capabilities. Right,
And your view?
in my opinion, he's left exposed. What can you do?
Like, he's only one man.
There's
he
so
needs
many
support.
games, so many matches in this season that he was left exposed. He was basically a 1v2, 1v3 position. So
Okay.
it's very difficult for you to defend against 2 to 3 at the same time, right? And I just think that you guys can just go and watch the games again. You're really going to analyze all the other goals. So I really think that it is really a defensive error from a Liverpool's perspective, where these are just things that they need to clean up. I really wish we had the those what those pundits do, right? And they can just pinpoint everything,
The little TV
rather than
there.
just talking like that, which you may not understand. But yeah, just have a look again. I really think that this is what is plaguing Liverpool the whole season. The defensive, I don't know what happened to them lah. Basically, they just crumbled. Yeah, so that's just my take lah.
Yeah, coming from a very disappointed Liverpool fan, obviously. But yeah, okay. So that's your feel lah. You were masterfully outclassed. 4-1, no.
Fine. Yes, City were great.
Okay, so just a very quick one on the glance of the table. As of today, Arsenal remains on top, 72 points. Man City, 64 points, following which Newcastle, 53. And then you got Manchester United at 53. We go to Liverpool. Liverpool is at number 8 at 43. Now, very quickly, since you talk about Liverpool, do you think what do you think at the end of the season will Liverpool be standing?
I can't really say.
Okay, and then now I'm going to throw you a little curveball. Now, I said Arsenal will not lose their leader spot. Now, do you think, given the points here, do you think they will lose their spot then?
Well, the real test begins, right? Very first episode, I think we talked about
we talked
whether
about
Arsenal can maintain their lead.
And I said yes.
You said yes.
Yeah,
I said probably yes, but it really depends, because the real test begins. They are going to face all the teams in and around them. They're going to face teams that are battling relegation.
Yep.
So, this is probably the real test. Okay. So if they can go through at least the next 2 matches, I think they're probably a shoo-in.
Okay. Very good. Thank you. So those were our 90 minutes worth of a little ramble there. We were just talking about it because we had very good observations, I believe, because we love our football. He obviously with his red colour chicken thing, Liverpool bird, and just I don't know.
Carry on.
Yeah, I'm going to carry on. So in any case, share with us your thoughts, and don't forget as well to keep following us, because otherwise you watch all the way here, then you don't follow, then you subscribe. You don't subscribe, then watch for what? You know what I mean? So we'll see you for our next segment, which our next segment will be
The Sixth Sense.
So stay tuned. Sixth Sense. Welcome back to another segment of 442 Dudes, and this is the one where we bring you the Sixth Sense. Anyway, on track now. Well, we talked about the matches earlier, about what happened for 90 minutes. Now we're going to tell you what might happen later. Why might have happened? Because we have our own predictions of how the matches might end up. Yeah, I'm going to go straight, because today, or rather for this one, we are going to key relegation battles. Yeah, we don't want to focus more on the top lah. Now we go to the very bottom. We're going to the very bottom, and some of the key relegation battles in the EPL. Let me just focus straight on one of the clubs that also lost their manager. Okay, bye Brendan Rodgers. Leicester lah. Leicester.
You sound so happy.
I know lah. I'm not happy. I'm just just lost.
Okay,
I'm happy for another reason. But anyway, so Leicester against Bournemouth. Bournemouth. I say 2-1 lah.
So you think Leicester's going to win 2-1?
Yeah lah.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Any reason?
Well, my reason very simple. I think Leicester is now in the state where they lost the manager. They're like, alamak. They're like, righto, mate. Lost manager, get to go with new tactic. But they kind of lost the first one. So never mind, they'll try harder lah. I believe they'll try harder. I believe they'll try harder.
I mean, if you're right, if you're rock bottom, is going up.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
So I feel that Leicester's already in that situation where they have to back up.
Okay.
Yeah. So 2-1.
3-1 for me. I think Leicester's going to win 3-1.
So we're all in agreement.
I think Leicester's going to win. They're finally going to break the curse of not winning games.
Just
the winless streak.
Unfortunate.
Yes, I think they're going to win this time. So that's for Leicester, Bournemouth. What's the next one?
Next one is Leeds and Crystal Palace. And surprisingly, these are managers that have been replaced somewhere, somehow.
Yes.
If you think about it, Crystal Palace and Leeds, Leeds and Crystal Palace, I think 1-1 lah.
You think it's going to be a draw?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a draw.
I think it's going to be a 2-0 win to Leeds.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, Leeds have been playing well now.
Okay.
They've been playing quite well. I mean, they have the new manager, Javier Gracia is coming in.
Because he's not American.
Let's get to that later.
Anyway,
I think he's doing well. So I think Leeds is going to win 2-0. That's just what I think.
Okay. I'm saying 1-1.
Yeah, so that's it for the EPL. These are the two matches that we're going to focus on.
Yep.
There's another relegation battle that's happening in La Liga, and that's the game between Almeria versus Valencia. Okay, so it's 19 versus 17. Interestingly, they are on the same number of points. That's 27, but they're only separated by goal difference. Yes, okay. So this is going to be a very interesting one. Valencia, I can't believe I'm mentioning Valencia's name in a relegation battle. I really can't imagine.
Yeah,
must be the owner lah. Unfortunately, Singaporean. Anyway, so
in any case,
so
you're saying that they will end up in a victory, loss?
I can't remember what's my prediction.
Well, I predict lah. Okay.
Okay.
If you can't remember, it's okay. It's going to be a flash on the screen. So yeah, okay. If you can't remember, just watch John's screen. His prediction is over there.
Sorry, I just found it. Yes, I predicted that Valencia is going to win 2-1.
Yeah, you said 2-1.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I almost agree with him because I say 0-2. Yeah, I say 2 to Valencia.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So that's just our key relegation battles. Really, I mean, if you've not been focused at the bottom, because we're always so fixated at the top.
Exactly.
Yeah. So this time we thought, why not just change a little bit? We put it at the bottom lah. Bottom because
not put the bottom lah. We focus on the bottom. The bottom lah.
Yeah, at the bottom. Anyway,
next.
Yeah. So that's our 6 cents. If you have your own, okay.
No, that's not. We have one more.
One more. Who?
Yeah. The Bundesliga.
The Bundesliga.
Bundesliga.
Holy crap!
Yeah. There's one more match they want to focus on for the relegation battle, and that's in the Bundesliga, the German league. The match between Hoffenheim and Schalke. Yes.
And you're saying?
Say what?
No, the score lah.
Oh, the score. I think Hoffenheim's going to win 3-0.
Oh wow! I say 2-2. So mine is 2-2.
So you think it's going to be a draw?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a 3-0 win for Hoffenheim.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Again, similar to Valencia, I find it very sad to see Schalke's name being mentioned in a relegation battle.
Yeah, because these are teams that are big. You would have thought they were, up top part of the table, right?
I mean, in Schalke's case, it's in Germany, it's always like a monopoly, right?
Okay,
of Bayern Munich, right? Where it's either Bayern, if they don't win, then or just someone else, just one time.
Yeah.
But Schalke and Dortmund, at least in the recent years, right? These are the two clubs that were touted to be the ones that will probably break the monopoly,
like dethrone Bayern.
Exactly. But to see Schalke this way, and I just find it very sad. And it's very sad to see them in such serious decline.
And also given that they produce many talents as well that we see today.
Exactly. Yeah? So the likes of Ozil was from there, Manuel Neuer was from there, Leroy Sané was from there, Goretzka was from there. There's so many. Drexler was from there as well.
Julian Drexler.
Yes, PSG now. I don't know where is he, but anyway, those were the players that were from the Schalke youth team. So. And they were doing pretty well. I mean, there was the period of time in the 90s or early 2000s or something. They were in the Champions League as well. So to really see them decline in such a manner is quite sad lah. And it's all
from Champions League to relegation.
And it's all financial troubles. It's all just quite sad. It's in a way it's very similar to what happened to Leeds. In the early 2000s, right? Leeds also, because of some financial troubles, they went under. They had to sell all their best players, and then it took them 16 years to get back to the Premier League. I mean, Schalke is now in the top flight of the German football, but they are really in serious trouble of going back down to the Bundesliga 2. In fact, this season they just got back up, but now they are going to go back down again. Likelihood,
possibility lah.
Yes. So I don't know. It's just quite sad to see them doing this way. In fact, just a fun fact, right? I think this is what causes the instability.
Okay.
Over the last 3 years, Schalke has appointed 10 managers. That's like more than Chelsea,
Yeah, well, that's what I want to say.
I thought Chelsea is crazy, but apparently Schalke's worse.
Okay.
So
suddenly we're going there.
yeah, so I think all this instability, the financial troubles and everything. So that's the reason why I don't think they are going to win. I just think Hoffenheim will just be too much for them.
So speaking of that, for those of you, if you have your own predictions, share with us. I mean, somehow if you can, share with us. And don't forget as well, our predictions are purely for entertainment, So of course, we're sort of like not encouraging you to gamble. We do have our anti-gambling message that you see now. So remember, all these again purely for the fun of entertainment. And really, if you have your own predictions as well, and perhaps you might have a reason as well for yours, like maybe because, you think that, for example, John just mentioned, financial capability is one that helps the club, and I think throughout the timeline, we've just been saying that support is very important.
Yes, it is vital.
So just let us know, and don't forget, don't anyhow gamble. We're not supporting that. We're just doing this entirely for entertainment. So that wraps up our Sixth Sense, and whether you agree, don't agree, well, let us know. And some of us, we are getting the scores right, so that's kind of cool, to see that we put in our predictions and it's getting almost spot on. So that's quite cool. Yeah. And so, yes, Sixth Sense. So let us know if you got your own Sixth Sense as well. Yeah.
That's right.
But before we go, don't forget our next segment.
It's called What's What, Who's Who. Stay tuned.
We'll see you. So why did the gambler break up with his girlfriend? Because she said he was a bad bet. Hello. Here at CCB TV, and especially 442 Dudes, we like to pay a little tribute to, in fact, one of our very own in the Singapore scene of football. And we have a player who's 25-year-old, and his name is Karthik Raj. Now, he was a member of the Singapore Khalsa Association side, which won our Singapore Football League 1 championship last year, and he contributed 5 goals in that campaign. And really, we just would like to take this time here to just pay a little tribute to Karthik.
Yeah, that's right. So from the guys here at 442 Dudes, including our producers, we really want to send our sincere condolences, sympathies, thoughts and prayers to his family as well.
And we're rolling now, so welcome back to our another segment called What's What, Who's Who. So we got a lot of things to talk about for this segment. Really, really a lot. So John, lead the way.
First up, let's talk about the Hall of Fame.
I voted once.
Oh, okay. So there are two things that are happening, right? So you are supposed to vote for the players that you think should be inducted into the Hall of Fame. But there were 2 inductees for 2023, and they are the managers, Sir Alex Ferguson, as well as Arsene Wenger. So, I think...
rightfully so.
Yeah,
I don't, I don't again support the clubs that they manage, but rightly so. Yeah, I think they do deserve it.
Yeah, I think it's inevitable that,
He looks so unhappy saying it. I don't know. Maybe
I am not unhappy. I think it's inevitable. Let me just clear myself, alright?
Okay.
I think it's inevitable and it's rightly deserved for them to be inducted, because they are the ones that, these 2 guys are really the ones that paved the way for the EPL to be such a global phenomenon that they are today. Really, the rivalry between United and Arsenal throughout the 90s is really... I don't agree with you. And these are the 2 that confuses the hell out of me when I was growing up, because you had someone called SAF. So as I'm growing up, I don't understand. I couldn't figure out which SAF was it until they realized it was this white dude managing the red team. I don't know what. And then you had the other one called Arsene Wenger, who, when I was growing up watching football, everyone thought that the club was named after him. Arsene Wenger and what I had the same thought.
Just saying lah. What
Right,
kind of legacy they left?
So I want to say to all the United fans and the Arsenal fans, I want to give a proper praise to Sir Alex and Arsene. Right, Sir Alex for his faith in youth, his ruthlessness, his obsession on winning, and also in addition to having exceptional management skills. I think a lot of managers today, they're probably going to model their way of management upon Alex Ferguson, right? How he managed the players,
managing big stars.
Exactly. So his faith in youth, the class of 92. Then for Arsene, Arsene Wenger has been credited with a revolutionary work.
Okay.
in the EPL. He brought a lot of different ideas, and I think he was basically the pioneer for how we see football and how the football world is being done behind the scenes. He's worked with diet, sports science. He basically changed the way professionals prepare and recover for games. Yeah, so Arsenal was the one that paved the way. Exactly.
Okay.
So I think deservedly so.
Oh, yeah.
They're in. So yeah, I'm not trying to blow their horn or anything. I'm just stating facts. All right, I give credit where credit is due. All right, so for all these people who are going to slam me and everything, this is the truth. All right, really heartfelt.
Okay.
They deserve it.
Okay.
Yeah, so those were for the managers.
Yeah.
Now
players?
the players itself. So for this 2023 edition, 15 players have been nominated, and you can only have 3 to be inducted. So who are your choices?
That was, to be very fair, when I saw the thing, I only voted for one player
Bullshit.
because it was in the middle of the night. I had no idea who to vote for. I was too sleepy. So then I saw someone who made me watch football in 2002. I voted for John Terry.
Oh, okay.
I see all the funny fingers behind the screen, but never mind. Behind the camera.
Yeah. Well, for those of you who do not know who the 15 players are, we're going to put it on screen very shortly.
We will be.
Or you can go to the Premier League's website.
Sorry, Kai.
Right, PremierLeague.com to view who are the 15 nominees.
Yep.
Okay lah, you vote Terry, okay lah, just bias lah.
I am. So who did you vote?
I voted 3.
Okay.
I voted for Tony Adams, who is also known as Mr. Arsenal.
Okay.
I voted for Petr Cech because I think he's the best goalkeeper in the history of the Premier League.
Wow.
He has 202 clean sheets. No one has beaten him. I know people will say Schmeichel or Van der Sar, but
De Gea. Some might say, some saying that way. I'm just saying. I have people telling me, especially those supporting that club. De Gea also,
Petr Cech.
Yeah.
And finally, Robbie Fowler.
Liverpool guy like that one. That is a Liverpool guy right there.
I'll admit, I voted Fowler because, I won't say it's biased, but Robbie Fowler was one of 2 reasons why I supported Liverpool way back in the 90s.
Yeah, same lah. So I voted for John Terry because
Yeah lah. So
it's our thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but I just think that Tony Adams and Petr Cech are deserving of being inside the Premier League. So I mentioned about Wenger, right? So
yeah, you did.
Adams is really a key part of how Wenger was able to build success upon success upon success. Petr Cech as well. Chelsea, now we call them a big club, right? But prior to the
money,
the money and everything, they are basically a mid-table team. They were like the current day, I would say, like Wolves, or maybe
just mid-tier lah.
Mid-tier,
I get what you mean. Okay.
Decent, but
not
now
title challenging.
Thanks to Abramovich's money, as well also Mourinho that came in. So one of the players they brought in was Petr Cech, right? And Petr Cech was basically the
I mean, so I just want to correct you. Not now that we're enjoying. We were enjoying the successes until Roman is no longer, owning the club. So that's just something I want to correct you. Yeah, on behalf of all the Chelsea fans.
But anyway, so there you have it. Ben voted for John Terry.
I did.
I voted for Tony Adams, Petr Cech, and Robbie Fowler. What's yours?
Yeah, what's yours?
We're very, very curious to find out what's yours. So please go and vote. Please comment. Let us know who your choices are. And if you have the reason for commenting, it can be anything. It can be just pure biasness. No problem.
Yeah, for sure.
We really show our biases,
I think that's okay.
Yeah, but if there's any other reasons why you voted for who you voted for, share with us. We want to know also. Or who do you think should be inside the list but was not inside the list?
That's
Case
true.
in point, Dennis Irwin. Okay, anyway, let's move on.
Anyway, yeah.
So what's things?
I don't know. But since we're on that topic, and I did say the whole manager thing, we're going to go a bit higher. I'm going to talk about ownership now, okay? I'm going to talk about ownership now. This is something that I think around the world, people might notice it, and I think, be it Arsenal at one point of time, I believe Manchester United also at, feeling that pressure. I believe Man City at one point of time as well, before, they had money coming in. American ship owner, like American owners in general.
Okay, what about them?
I have a thing that I think, not saying that Americans are not good, I think them owning a football club is not that great. Because number one, they may have the lack of understanding and they may have the lack of passion, because you're just an owner and this could be something that could be just part of your portfolio. That's what I feel.
Okay.
Second, they might have more financial focus. rather than on-field success. They could prioritize financial success as compared to on-field success.
So they see more as a business rather than...
Yes, so that leads to cost-cutting measures, whether it's selling players, whether it's cutting roles in certain areas of the club. That's what happened in Chelsea, by the way. I feel and things like just not giving money to buy players, and I think that can impact the team overall. Anyway,
so you're very much against American owners being rather you're very much against Americans being owners of football clubs or English football clubs.
But I give some credit first, if you may just let me. Increased financial stability is one of them. So of course they got money and all that, so that means so while I said earlier they might be a little bit of a cheapskate not giving the money, but at times they might give you the money. Case in point, that's what happens in certain clubs, again like Chelsea, but that's a good thing, increase investment, all that, sure. But my point is, doesn't mean financial stability means that you know how to run a club. I just feel that you give us the money, maybe what they should do is that, you pump your money in, you be some sort of like an angel investor and let the club run with your money. But if you're coming in with all the decisions, you're coming in with your own influence, it should be like a Super Bowl, then no, I don't think that should be the right way. And also, because there is a culture that football has, in the EPL, they have that kind of a culture, the club culture. So you can imagine it becomes so Americanized. It might just dilute the culture. So that's just something that I feel. I mean, sure, they bring in the stability in finances, but will they sort of bring stability to the club?
So I know you've been talking a lot about how much you've been against Americans taking ownership of football clubs. I'm going to sit on the side of the Americans. Right? I just think it's going to be something. Maybe you guys can join us in this debate as well, right? Whether or not I think the key question we should be asking is: should Americans stay as far away from football as possible? Let's look at some of the positives that American owners bring to football itself. I think you already mentioned the financial power,
no doubt,
right?
No
the muscle there they have, and I agree that with the money in, I think it can definitely help them. But if I may just add on to the financial muscle, I think it brings a lot of commercial value. So you mentioned Super Bowl earlier, and we know the Super Bowl it brings in a global audience,
but
right?
not as much as World Cup.
Yes, right. But in terms of a commercial value, I think there is a lot of potential there to tap on in terms of the commercial value, not just the financial itself, but because, like it or not, I think America draws a lot of people. So I think they have that. That's one positive. The other positive is, with more American owners itself, I think it's also a good opportunity to educate Americans themselves on what exactly is football.
Soccer.
Right? It's not soccer, but football. We literally use a leg to kick a ball.
Of course.
Right? And not using a hand and carrying an egg. We don't wear pads and helmets. But I think it's a good opportunity that more Americans are on board, so that we can also educate the Americans that this is football, right? And why is it so important to the British audience and also the global audience? In fact, is because of the passions that we have for the game. So I think it's good that they are on board. So they can also help to raise the game to another level. So that's another reason why I think that is a positive for America.
So that's where I'm going to come in. I do agree that they do create positivity. But here's my take. I think so far, and I could be wrong, the only American owners I know, I don't even know if he's full American, but the only Americans that I know that are doing well and that are accepted by the club is when Ryan Reynolds and whatever his name is, I can't remember.
Rob, I'm trying to pronounce his name. Rob,
I was going to pronounce
McElhenney, I think.
Is it Wrexham?
Yes, so they are Wrexham. So it's not really it is British.
But that's the only one. Now I got another thing for that. Now you said that
I have it in my notes as well.
It is great. But now I got another one. You said that they help to elevate clubs here and there. But I got a problem. Now they got their own MLS there, Major League Soccer. But why are they not increasing their Major League Soccer? So if I were them, I would have just focused more on my Major League Soccer. But to me, you got your MLS, and guess who's making your MLS popular? It's David Beckham, who's British. The only American owners I see so far that's doing okay is Ryan Reynolds and the other guy that I cannot.
So I'm just going to cut you there. Sure. what I'm trying to, I just don't think that we should be bashing the Americans. I for one am also pretty much against Americans coming in, but
you do see some light.
But I think let's give everybody the benefit of the doubt, right? So that's why I think it's also important to look at the positives of it. And you rightly said it. Ryan Reynolds, and Rob. I'm just going to say Rob because
that's why I'm making
at Wrexham. I think it's fantastic. I think they are probably the role models for Americans of what they should be doing as owners. So despite staying so far away, they are still making time to go down to the games, attending the games personally, communicating not just with the players but with the fans as well, right? And you can see, I mentioned about commercial value. So recently they did this video, right? Ryan and Rob with Sir Alex Ferguson to promote the game. The Man is going to play play against Wrexham back in the United States. So I think that's great. It's great. So this commercial value helps Wrexham, right? A small town club, right? In Wales, just to bring up the
this kind of positivity.
Exactly.
We need,
so
this kind.
This is what. So this is what I mean by the commercial value. This is one of the positives they can bring over to the clubs in England. Yeah. You mentioned about MLS, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Soccer.
Yes. Okay. I think at the end of the day, humans, we tend to be more selfish. We need to take care of ourselves, right?
Of course.
So by tapping on the English, audience, the global audience itself, they can also bring more money back into their own country.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So I think they're tapping on that also to promote.
Okay. But got problem,
Why?
Because then it's just bringing money, man. But what I'm trying to say is we need to elevate soccer. Or football. I'm going in the direction where football is football. They can claim they know, and I have no doubt about that. But I think the overemphasis here, and what I feel that the American owners are doing is profit making, and hence I feel which disrupts the club's success lah. Again, I'm more into the football. Yeah, I can understand that the commercial value is there. But what's being done to improve the club's performance lah? Yeah, and whether or not there might be conflict of interest also. So these are things, just putting up there.
Okay, so I think we both have given our thoughts and everything. So there's a against camp, there's a for camp, right?
Yeah.
So what do you guys think? I don't know.
Yeah, let us know.
Share your thoughts with us. So the question is, should Americans stay as far away from football as possible, or should they remain? Are they good? So let us know in the comments what you think.
Yep.
So that wraps up our segment of what's what and who's who.
And don't forget, we are two dudes all the way from Singapore. So if you have not heard from us, no, we're not in China. We happen to be in the same country from the TikTok CEO, and he's not China as well. So we're both Singaporeans lah. I had to add the word "la" just to emphasize that we're Singaporeans. And really, we are located. Actually, you can't really find us on the map. We're like this little dot here.
This red little dot on the map.
But we prepared visuals just in case you need that.
Yes.
So for your geography class, we have a little help for you to know where Singapore is. Our little red dot. Nice little island. So don't forget that's where we're from,
That's right.
Now speaking of Singapore, I have a problem now. Before we end, I got a problem, John. I can't stand it. Okay, I can't stand it. When I see Singapore Chow Mein.
Okay.
Now we saw. Okay, I think you were the one that brought to this attention.
Yes.
There was a particular player from Man City, Jack Grealish.
So I just want to give a shout out to Jack Grealish. All right. We want to invite you to Singapore.
Yeah, you should.
You join us, and you can come to our studio. We're more than happy to welcome you over here.
Exactly.
But more importantly, we want to introduce you to proper Singaporean cuisine.
Yeah.
Right. Not Singaporean Chow Mein or whatever you call it.
Exactly.
Because to be very honest, as a Singaporean, I have no idea what Singaporean Chow Mein is.
Actually, I have a little idea. I went to Google it. Okay, but I'm gonna let you know now. Jack Grealish come all the way to Tampines, Tampines. It's not Tampines. It's not Tampines. It's Tampines.
Yep.
Yeah. So don't forget to join us here. That's where our studio is located. Yeah. So Grealish, if you ever drop by to Singapore for a holiday, look out for John, myself, and just we'll bring you around Tampines and we'll let you have a little bit of a good food experience. Yeah. Maybe bring you fish and chip lah, but it's a little bit different. We don't eat it with vinegar here. Not all lah, but we there are some.
I think he's rambling on and on. Well, anyway, guys, that's it for this week's episode. So we are the 442 dudes from Singapore. All right, so we'll catch you guys again next week. See ya.
No Chow Mein. Mee goreng.